Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my final Q&A leading up to the second last episode of The Walking Dead Season 6, which is episode 15 called East. I want to apologize to you guys. First off, of course, spoiler warning if you're not caught up, the usual stuff, for not getting this video done earlier today. I wanted to, but I just got I got backed up. Basically, I was doing my taxes, finished my taxes, went to watch Batman v Superman, got wasted, and then, tried to do a review afterwards. Didn't work out. Still didn't work out. It's like, gotta watch a movie when you're wasted. It's hard to like get ready to do a review that way. So it didn't work, and so now it's the next day, and I didn't get a video posted for you guys this morning. So I'm sorry, but I'm doing it now. Better late than never. Of course, the episode's going to be airing real soon. So excited for it, and of course, check back after for the review of episode 15, guys, as usual. So I don't know if I'm going to do a review for Batman v Superman. Some people have been asking me, but I'm so torn on the movie. I was so excited for it. I was so hyped, amped for it, and I gotta say, unfortunately, it did let me down a bit. It was still cool, but I'm kind of in the middle with it, so I'll consider if I'm going to do a review on that later, maybe sometime this week. Maybe I could go see it again. That way, I can kind of collect my thoughts and do a proper review, because it is a pretty big movie. It's kind of a colossal undertaking, and I feel like it should have been much better than it was, considering I actually liked Watchmen, Zack Snyder's Watchmen, better than Batman v Superman. But that was me. Anyway, first question for this one, and thanks for all the messages, people asking why upload today. Was funny. I think Chesmoto sent me a troll one where why upload video. It's funny, so I laughed. First one's from John Snow Rules, and he says, "Hey Trev, all issue 100 basically had was Negan's big introduction, which was awesome. However, the finale is 90 minutes with 64 to 67 minutes of runtime. So besides the last 10 minutes of the episode, what else can we expect? Side stories, savior, action, etc." So we'll have to see after episode 15 tonight where it kind of leaves us at, but it looks like from the promo for the finale, you've got maybe kind of another sort of saviors captured type idea story. And I thought it was Morgan, but people are telling me, no, it doesn't look like it's Morgan, somebody else. And it looks like Morgan to me. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy or something, but that's who it looks like to me. So we'll see who they capture. Of course, you got Carol out there in the world somewhere. So I don't think we'll see her tonight in episode 15. Could be wrong about that, maybe just briefly. But that should be something they can add into the finale as well, too. And the setup and everything for the for the introduction of Negan, of course, is going to be a big setup, because that's one of the most iconic comic book moments in the entire series so far. So the finale should be incredible. So yeah, I hope I don't get my expectations too high, and then they Batman v Superman me, and I'm all disappointed after, because I'm like, it was okay. But, it's supposed to be awesome. What the hell, man? Damn it. Next one's from Diamond Unicorn, 1983. He says, "Hey, Trev, this may be a little ahead of the game, but do you think all of Season 7 will be the survivors clashing with the saviors? This won't be a wham, bam, take care of trouble type of thing like they have experienced before." Diamond Unicorn, 1983. So, that will be a lot of it, because Negan does say ta-ta at the end and expects them to be ready for him to come back in like a week. So, the premiere in that, I'm not sure what they'll include during that time. Maybe they'll add in kind of a story arc of the group kind of getting desperate to get supplies, to get things, because they know that Negan and the Saviors are going to be coming in and expecting their stuff. Plus, you got the Hilltop in there mixed in, and Gregory, who they made a deal with, they'd take care of Negan. And of course, after the finale, we're going to know that that's not going to be the case. That's not going to go down. You'll have Jesus in there as a central character as well too. But I think it's time for some filler. I do. I think we're in need of a little bit of filler because they covered so much this season that in season 7, especially if they have some extended episodes. Maybe get some filler storylines in there. Maybe Rick got to go steal a doctor or something. I don't know, but we'll see what they come up with. Probably finding supplies because now they're going to be in dire straits because they were already short. They didn't have hardly enough to feed themselves, and now they're going to have to feed to the saviors. So, they're going to have to feed them. So they're going to be tight on supplies, and they're going to have to be giving them, lots of stuff, and it's going to make them get desperate with regards to their runs to try to get some supplies for them and food and everything. It's going to be difficult. Next one's from Radical Zed. He says, "When do you think they'll leave Alexandria? Keep up the great work, Trev." So when they're going to leave Alexandria, well, Alexandria is like a long-term location in the series. They actually are still there in the comic book series, even though they've had to leave there once because of kind of the war. But they've come back to it. They've kind of rebuilt, and it's in good shape. It's kind of like their long-term home for The Walking Dead, I want to say. So do I think with the Whispers in the comic book series, maybe eventually it'll get taken out again, and they'll have to leave for a long period of time, or it'll just be destroyed at some point? I tend to not think so, but the Whisperers are pretty crazy. They're impressive, the amount of zombies they have, their zombie herd, and how they can lead them in. So that would be something, man, to see that war. That'll be like an even bigger war. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger if they'll ever leave Alexandria. But right now, it seems like it will always be kind of the character's home unless it gets governored or destroyed again. So we'll see in the future if that's what Kirkman has planned. It certainly would make things interesting because you have so many characters now, but you also have different locations they can go to as backups now versus before, where maybe they just had the prison and they didn't really have a backup plan if they were to lose the prison. They never talked it over. Okay, where are we going to go if the prison is destroyed? They never really had that conversation. So, they all end up at Terminus, which I liked it and how they did. But, it's definitely good to have a backup, I think, in a zombie apocalypse. Next one's from Berny Mohnblatt, and he says, the cover for issue 100 shows all the dead characters from past issues. Do you think we will get something similar in a dream or something? And that is the reason characters like Merle or Beth or Shane rumors are seen listed on IMDB. So, no, I think IMDB is just nonsensical. I think that, it just has all kinds of crazy things in there, and they just list whatever characters are have been in the series before, or were in The Walking Dead before, and I don't read into it all. I don't think it's legit, in this case. It just doesn't sound like it. I mean, IMDb is kind of it's like a wiki. It's like a Wikipedia. You know how your teachers in school, if you ever take a course and you try to cite Wikipedia, they always red flag. They come down on you. You can't cite Wikipedia. But my math teacher would be like, he was kind of a hard ass, so he'd come down on people. I remember this one time, this girl went to leave. She went to walk out during his lecture, and he totally fucking lost it on her. He called her out on it in university. He's like, ma'am, and he called her out. He made her turn around. He was going to walk up after. He was going to go after her, right? So, but they go crazy. They lose their shit if you cite Wikipedia. So that's they probably wouldn't be too happy with me since I always link it and that kind of thing. So yeah, but we can't really cite IMDb either. I learned that the hard way with the episode descriptions, which were not correct. Next one's from Monica M. She says, "Hey Trev, I was thinking that the title for the finale episode, Last Day on Earth." Now this one's argued. See, some people have pointed out that in the guide on some of the TV guides online, that kind of thing, where you can go through the channels and see future episodes and listing and timing and things like that, it's listed as something to fear in certain ones. So the wiki has it. See, this is another thing. Wiki has it, Last Day on Earth. Guides have it, something to fear. What's it actually named? Hopefully we'll find out tonight. We'll find out soon. Could be either at this point. I could see a reason for either. Not only relates to a character death in their last day on Earth, but also as if this is the last day in a comfortable world or possible reshaping of the Earth because of the appearance of Negan. He will be so brutal and probably crush everyone's hopes of the world ever going back to normal. It will be the last day on Earth. Thoughts? So great insight from her. I think that's an awesome comment from Monica, and I agree 100%. It's a big shift in the series when Negan shows up. If you want to separate the series up into sections, I mean, you can look at it, and it depends how, the story arcs you want to split it into. You can look at, the beginning, which is the first 2 seasons, which is a survival, zombie apocalypse survival horror movie type story arc. Season 3 and the first half of season 4, kind of like Woodbury versus the prison, Governor versus the prison. After that, you kind of have a on the road type deal where they're not sure where they're going to go, what they're going to do. Then they find Alexandria, and then they're able to kind of, sort of make it there and feel that hope, we can do this. And then when Negan hits, it changes everything prior. It's like the first half. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. The first half of The Walking Dead kind of is over, and now we're starting a new type of story that is quite a bit different from the original, which is, or the first part, which is the Negan Savior story arc, which is like a war, so to speak, between the groups. And it's not so much about the zombies and just survival one-on-one, and oh, maybe a zombie kills this person, maybe a zombie kills that person. At this point, it's like, Negan comes in and it's like, it's huge, larger world, bigger story, more groups, and it just, the entire series feel is different after this, with the Saviors, with the Hilltop, and larger world than prior. It's like a new chapter. It's like a new section of The Walking Dead. Very different from how it was prior, and even better, I think. It's got a lot of similarities. I always like to compare it to Game of Thrones and kind of, some of the things in there, especially after the time skip when they run out of gas and they have to ride horseback all the time, and they have to, they are using a lot of swords and swordsmanship and stuff like this, and then you have kind of who's in charge and people fighting for leadership of different groups, and it's just, man, it's Kirkman's writing is he's really gifted. I've been reading Invincible too. I bought a bunch of the Invincible trades, and I'm going through them, and I'm just, now I understand like why, the owner of my comic book shop, his favorite book is Invincible, and I've heard others on the internet too. Comic Culture Warrior, an old YouTube channel I used to watch, they always recommended Invincible and Kirkman's other series. Man, he really is gifted, man. He works hard, and he doesn't give up with his stories, and his stuff is awesome. I can't wait to go through all of Invincible and read it through. I'm really excited for that, personally. So I'll let you guys know if I finish reading it all the way through, maybe do a review of the series, and once I've gone all the way through it, can do it more justice, sort of like I do with The Walking Dead, versus, after just reading one trade or something, which is where I'm kind of at right now in Invincible, even though I've looked through the rest, but I haven't actually bought it and sat down and read it all, which I'm going to do. And we'll do like one more, of course, because the episode's going to be starting soon, and I want to get this posted for you guys before. Last one's from Kuin189. He says, "Hey, Trev, do you not think that certain characters have had no time screen this season, and it's a bit of a waste introducing them? Heath," and then he puts in brackets, "he's already out on a run, and we've just met him. Erica, Olivia, would love to hear your thoughts." So they, and this is something that we're going to get into a lot more as we talk about this new section of The Walking Dead. There's going to be a lot more survivors being introduced, and not everybody is going to get that much time. The characters at the Hilltop, we may see them here and there, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting in the TV series version how they kind of divvy up and give each character, each person time. I like that because you have so many characters, they're giving us more extended episodes than they used to when you had a smaller group, because now they can really tell a lot of different stories. They can have Carol having her story, Morgan has his, and you just have a really a great like ensemble type of situation, ensemble type of cast where you could have a lot of them be core central characters to an episode. Even Carol Maggie can have an episode, and it feels natural. You can have an episode, of course, about Rick. That always makes sense. Daryl could have his own episode, and you can really get into this. And even the kind of the C or D characters, you can slowly move them up into B and maybe A territory eventually. As you go, and that's what keeps it original. New characters, new things happening, different dynamics, different groups, different a diverse world, not just a simplistic kind of one group trying to survive and we're getting to know them. We're past that at this point. We know Rick's group. They're changing. They're evolving over time, but they're definitely adding on new characters, and it'll be interesting to see how much time they give to each one. And Heath may not even make it at all, because we'll see what the actor wants to do, and if he maybe comes to his senses and realizes this is The Walking Dead, this is one of the biggest shows ever. So, I don't know if you're getting an A role and something else, but this is, everybody's watching this. You don't know how many people are going to watch that. You could have Mob City with John Bernthal, and nobody watches it. He's the A-lister in that, and it's a great show from Frank Darabont and everything. But if nobody watches it, it won't do anything for his career, really. But if you're in a show like The Walking Dead, I mean, that can really explode your career afterwards, because everybody's watching that show. It's just like Game of Thrones. You're in Game of Thrones, you're in Walking Dead, you're one of these big shows. Even if you're a B or C character, other people in the industry are going to see that, going to see you, and then may turn you into Jean Grey or something. If you're Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. Her name escapes me at the moment, but that's the idea, right? So I don't know what he's thinking. We'll see what he ends up doing and how it works out, but yeah, sometimes it does feel like a waste if they introduce somebody and they get killed off right away. But you need that mixed in too. There's a lot of characters in season 6 that have been like that from Alexandria that they added on and then were killed off quickly. You know, it's part of that world that they're in. It's part of the realism of that world. Would you want to see them go to war and have, you know, like one character death for the entire war? Doesn't make sense, right? Just does it, that's not being authentic to the world. So there it is. Anyway, I'll call it here for now, guys. Really excited for the episode. 1 hour for now for me, and probably like half an hour for you guys. Enjoy the hell out of the episode, guys, and I'll see you back after it for the review as usual. That's it for this one, guys. See you again real soon tonight. Thumb out the video as usual. Share and favorite. Sorry I didn't get it up for you guys sooner, but there it is now. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. See you again soon. As always, it's Trev saying peace. I was thinking of a joke to add to that, but it just doesn't sound right. You know, it's like, I don't know. Anyway, see you guys.